Have you ever felt a little lost after 80? Perhaps your closest friends have moved on. Your daily routine feels predictable, even a bit lonely. Maybe you're facing physical limitations that slow you down. It's not just about getting older, is it? It's about the quality of those precious remaining years, the vibrant connections, the purpose that keeps you going, the legacy you leave behind. This isn't about adding more years to your life, but adding life to your years. We'll explore the surprising choices that can transform your 80s and beyond. Choices that unlock joy, purpose, and deep connection, even when life throws curveballs. Don't wait until tomorrow to discover the key to a fulfilling and meaningful life in your later years. These simple yet profound strategies can bring a renewed sense of vitality and peace. Starting today. Let's dive into the first crucial choice you can make right now to navigate the unique challenges and incredible opportunities of life after 80. The silent screams. That's what 78-year-old Margaret from Ohio feels most acutely these days. Not the quiet of a peaceful evening, but a bone-deep, echoing silence that settles in after the phone stops ringing and the last cup of tea is finished. Her friends, most of them are gone now. Their laughter, their shared stories, the simple comfort of companionship, all faded like old photographs. Her days stretch out, long and empty, punctuated only by the ticking clock and the persistent ache in her hip. Getting dressed feels like a Herculean task. Venturing outside, a daunting expedition. This isn't the gentle slowing down of age. It's a creeping isolation, a loneliness that chills you to the core. Have you felt that icy grip, that pervasive sense of being unseen? It's more than just sadness. It subtly steals your energy, making even the smallest tasks feel insurmountable. You might find yourself avoiding the phone, choosing to stay in bed, letting the world drift further and further away. It's easy to become invisible to yourself and to those who love you. It is a frightening feeling, a true labyrinth of loneliness. But what if there was a way out? What if, even at 80, even with aching joints and a dwindling circle of friends, you could find a way to weave new threads of connection into the fabric of your life? What if you could reclaim a sense of belonging, a sense of purpose, a feeling of vibrant connection? It's not about fighting age, it's about embracing a different kind of strength, a strength born from connection, from purpose, from the sheer will to live fully, even when things get hard. Let's explore that strength together. Let's find a way out of the loneliness labyrinth. That chilling loneliness, that sense of being unseen. It's a feeling that can creep into the quiet corners of our lives, stealing the joy right out of our days. But what happens when the roles that defined us, the job, the family responsibilities, fade into the background? For 85-year-old Frank from California, retirement felt like a sudden, jarring stop after decades of working as an engineer. His days, once filled with intricate designs and challenging projects, stretched out before him, empty and echoing. He felt adrift, a ship without a sail, his sense of self-worth inextricably tied to his profession, now slipping away like sand through his fingers. He wasn't just sad. A quiet despair settled over him, a dull ache in his soul that echoed the physical stiffness in his joints. The sharp mind that once solved complex equations felt sluggish, less engaged, less important. He found himself watching old blueprints, the familiar drawings offering little comfort. He tried to fill the void with television, but the hours blurred into an indistinguishable mass of noise and inactivity. His once vibrant spirit began to dim, his motivation fading like the sunset. This is a common experience, you see. Losing the sense of purpose, of making a contribution, it can feel like losing a part of yourself. But Frank's story isn't about loss. It's about transformation. It's about the surprising power of redefining purpose, finding meaning beyond the traditional roles that once defined our identity. He started small. He volunteered at a local community center, using his engineering expertise to help design a new wheelchair ramp, a simple project that brought him a profound sense of satisfaction. Then he started mentoring young engineers, sharing his decades of experience, rediscovering a passion for his field that he thought was gone. It wasn't the same kind of fulfillment he found in his career, but it was purpose, a feeling of contributing, of making a difference. He discovered a new kind of legacy. The slow, steady rebuilding of his identity was remarkable to witness. The sharp edge of his despair softened, replaced by a quiet contentment. His mind sharpened, his body moved with more purpose, and the lonely silence in his days was replaced by the gentle hum of activity. His quiet despair was replaced with the warmth of connection and accomplishment. It's not about replacing the past. It's about weaving new threads into the rich tapestry of your life. Perhaps you can offer your expertise to a local organization or share your skills and knowledge with a younger generation. Consider something you've always wanted to learn. Find a community where your passions can take root. Maybe it's a pottery class, a gardening group, a book club. Look for a way to put your hands to the earth, your mind to a challenge, your heart into a contribution. It isn't about finding a replacement for what you've lost, but about building something new, something that resonates with the person you are now, something that brings meaning and a renewed sense of self-worth, perhaps even a joy you hadn't realized was still within your reach. Because even in our later years, the capacity for growth, for joy, for purpose is boundless. That sense of finding joy in the small things. It's a crucial part of aging gracefully, isn't it? But there's another layer to this journey, a profound desire that often blossoms in our later years. The urge to leave a legacy. Think of 88-year-old Eleanor Vance from New York City. For years, Eleanor poured her heart and soul into raising her family, building a successful career as a librarian, and tending to her beloved garden. Now facing the quiet solitude of her twilight years, a new worry has taken root, the fear of being forgotten. Not the fear of death itself, but the fear that her life, her experiences, her wisdom, everything she has learned and lived, will simply fade away like a whispered secret in the wind. This isn't some melodramatic exaggeration, it's a very real fear for many. Eleanor feels the weight of unshared stories pressing down on her. The vibrant tapestry of her life, woven with threads of love, loss, resilience, and hard-won wisdom. It's all tucked away in her memory, like precious jewels in a dusty chest. And she worries that those jewels will remain unseen, their light forever dimmed. The emotional toll is significant. The thought of her life's journey fading into oblivion casts a long shadow. It's a subtle thief, stealing the joy from her days and leaving behind a gnawing sense of insignificance. It's a feeling more profound than simple sadness. It chips away at her motivation to engage with the world, making her hesitant to connect with younger generations and share the treasures she possesses. But Eleanor's story doesn't have to end in silence. There are ways to counter this powerful fear, ways to transform that weight of unshared memories into a vibrant legacy. Consider what you've accomplished, what knowledge and life lessons you carry, what tales of triumph and resilience, heartache and joy have shaped you. These are not just personal stories, they are invaluable gifts to share. They're beacons of experience, wisdom, and guidance for the generations who follow in your footsteps. Eleanor started small. She began by journaling, pouring her memories onto paper. These became the seeds of her memoir, a vibrant chronicle of her life's journey. She also started sharing her family's traditional recipes with her grandchildren, passing down not just culinary skills, but also stories and traditions that connect generations. These seemingly simple acts are powerful expressions of legacy. The simple act of sharing connects you to others, giving the gift of your story, enriching their lives, and leaving an imprint that resonates long after you're gone. Think about your own life. What wisdom do you possess that could benefit others? What stories do you carry that deserve to be heard? What skills or knowledge could you pass on? Perhaps you could mentor someone younger, share your expertise, volunteer your time, or simply offer a listening ear. The possibilities are endless, limited only by your own imagination. Remember, leaving a legacy isn't about grand gestures. It's about the small, meaningful acts of connection, wisdom, and love that shape the future. It's about leaving a mark on the world, one story, one lesson, one act of kindness at a time. And in doing so, You'll not only secure your place in the hearts of those you love, but you'll also discover a profound sense of fulfillment, a quiet peace that comes from knowing you've made a difference. That focus on the present, it's a powerful shift, isn't it? Arthur in Texas learned that the hard way. He was so consumed by aches and pains, by what was wrong, that he nearly missed the beauty of a sunrise, the comfort of a grandchild's hug, the simple joy of a warm cup of tea. It's easy, especially as we age, to let those physical limitations define us, to allow the weight of our aches and pains to eclipse the sweetness of each day. But what if we reframe that? What if, instead of dwelling on what's missing, we actively search for the small graces? Think about 83-year-old Evelyn in Seattle. She's dealing with arthritis, but her garden blooms each spring, bringing a vibrant splash of color into her life. She savors each moment, each petal unfolding, finding a deep peace in the rhythm of nature, and yes, in her own slow pace. She isn't ignoring her pain, but she's not letting it steal the joy either. This isn't about ignoring the difficulties of aging. It's about finding gratitude amidst the challenges, about accepting the present moment with all its imperfections and blessings. It's about intentionally searching for pockets of joy, a kind word from a neighbor, the warmth of the sun on your face, the taste of your favorite dessert. This practice, this intentional focus on the good, is a powerful tool for managing life's challenges and maintaining a vibrant spirit, even in our golden years. So how do we translate this into action? How do we cultivate this sense of gratitude and joy? Begin by creating a gratitude journal. Not a large, elaborate thing, but a small notebook where you jot down 3 things you're grateful for each day. It can be anything. The chirping of birds, a delicious meal, a kind smile from a stranger. This simple act redirects your focus, making space for positive emotions to grow. This week, commit to a daily walk, even if it's just around your block. Pay attention to the world around you. Listen to the sounds, feel the sun on your skin, breathe in the fresh air. And then cultivate mindfulness. Spend a few minutes each day practicing deep breathing, focusing on your breath, and letting go of worries. These are small steps, yes, but consistent practice will have a profound impact on your emotional and mental well-being. This isn't a quick fix, it's a journey. And now, the question that lingers. What now? Where do you begin? Remember Margaret from Ohio and her deafening silence? We started there, with that chilling loneliness, that feeling of being unseen. It's the same for all of us in our later years. The challenge of adapting to change, the fear of the unknown, the creeping isolation. But here we are, and look how far we've come. You've learned that connection is vital, that purpose rejuvenates, that leaving a legacy brings peace, and that cultivating joy in the present anchors your spirit. The silence doesn't have to be deafening. It can be filled with the music of gratitude. You have the strength, the wisdom, and the power to craft a fulfilling and meaningful life. Embrace the challenges and welcome the joy. Take a moment, reflect on your journey. What resonates most deeply with you? What small step can you take today to embrace this perspective? Share your insights with others. Your wisdom and experience can inspire others. And if you'd like to join our community of spirited individuals navigating the joys and challenges of life after 80, do connect. Thank you for sharing this precious time with me. I appreciate your presence. Let us continue learning and growing together.